This is a HeadGum podcast.
Monday, December 5th. Can you believe it? It's already the 5th.
Of December, by the way.
Remember the 5th of December.
That's what they say.
Thank you to MeUndies for sponsoring this episode.
Yeah, dude.
We just got a MeUndies fun pack over there.
Yeah, I had some Christmas lights.
There are some dope
funny Christmas sweater
new
pattern.
threads. It's holiday time, which means you do need to get people gifts, unfortunately. That's sort of the rule of the holidays.
Gift giving and receiving is actually one of my favorite parts of the holidays. So
it's actually the receiving that I love the most. The giving I can do without, and I often do without. I haven't given a gift in 6 years.
And I've taken several that weren't supposed to be given to me.
What better gift to give to the If I Were You fan in your life than a MeUndie? Huh? That's like an inside joke that you can wear.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's comfortable.
They have 4 new styles for this for December. Snowflake one, the Christmas lights one, the Ladybug one. They're all available if you go to MeUndies.com. And if you go to MeUndies.com/Amir or /Jake, you get 20% off your first order.
Gotta love it.
So if you use the coupon code, you can help us out. Then you get the gift, give it to somebody else. We're helping you out. Then they get the underwear. It's like a triple win situation.
They've been helped out.
Everybody's been helped out because the comfortable is stylish. The underwear is stylish. The underwear is affordable, and the underwear is comfortable.
And the style is comfort. You know, I went home over Thanksgiving this past week.
Yeah.
And I wore a pair of old Hanes.
What?
And it was abysmal.
Yeah.
I went to the gym and I afterwards I didn't put on MeUndies. I put on a pair of my old underwear that was still at my parents' house. And oh my God.
Yeah.
It's despicable.
It's like
crazy.
Wearing a shirt around your crotch.
At the end of the day, also they were so stretched out and baggy and loose and gross.
So upgrade your shit or upgrade a shit for some loved ones in your life. Go to MeUndies.com/Jake or MeUndies.com/Amir for 20% off your first order. Holiday season is upon us. Shipping is free in the U.S. and Canada. Save some money. Get someone a good gift. Support the show. Support yourself. Enjoy this episode. Karnell was in the house. And I think things got very, very real.
Dope.
Awesome. Let's get started.
I ain't worried about Kobe. I ain't worried about the Game Boy. I'll email Jake and Amir, cause I love those koi goys. The Only Advice podcast, hosted by these two Jews. I wanna talk to this smoke show, but I don't know how to. I know you'll make fun of my question, and I think I can handle it. Unless Ben Schwartz is on the podcast, and he'll ask you something real quick. You just gotta seize the cheese. Cheese, 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 cheese. Mom, turn down the podcast, please. Please, 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 please. You just gotta seize the cheese. Cheese, 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 cheese. Mom, turn down the podcast, please. Please, 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 please. It's If I Were You show. Oh. It's If I Were You show. Oh.
Very true.
That was so bad.
Mike Karnell coming in hot.
Yeah,
was
dude.
bad.
Cyberbullying out
Come
the
on.
gate.
That was, listen, I respect the passion for the show, but that was bad, right?
We're not going to just let that slide. Actually, let me read this guy's email because it's really funny. The guy who wrote and recorded that song said, "My name is Frankie. I can't sing for shit, but I wrote this song and wanted to submit it."
All right, I got respect for Frankie then.
It does sound
It is
like,
bad.
It sounds like he recorded it like without wanting anyone in his house to know.
Yeah, like he was in a closet.
Sounds a lot like Take One to me, Frankie.
Mama sees the cheese. What? Nothing.
I have to redo it.
I'm on the phone with my fucking friend. Remember when you had a landline and like you're talking to like maybe a boy or a girl, and then you hear like someone pick up the phone, and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
hang up! I can hear you silently breathing.
I know you're listening, Mom.
Remember the fucking crazy shit that you used to do? Like you would call somebody, and then the two of you would call somebody else, and like
Oh, so it was
fish,
call
like,
waiting, so it wouldn't
Yeah,
ring.
so like I would call and be like, "Hey, do you have a crush on Abby?" And they'd be like, "Yeah."
You would do
and then
that?
Abby's on
Are
the
you
phone.
fucking?
Oh, I didn't do that.
You never did that?
You
shit?
did that? Like called people and asked about crush it?
That's,
Literally
that's
with
actually
Abby.
illegal. That's illegal what you did.
Man.
Oh yeah.
You're a fucking punk for that.
I was talking about like, hey, call me while I'm on calling QVC, so it's call waiting, so the phone doesn't ring.
It would be me and the Rosenberg twins trying to find out how we're going to get to the movies, and that's it.
Did you guys ever prank call?
No, I don't know. I was never a big prank caller because I would just
Or
like giggle.
Crank call?
You know,
for
I had the
short?
crank. I did have the Crank Yankers physical CD as a kid.
Or Jerky Boys.
I mean, I was never a pranker.
I remember doing a prank where I would call Baskin Robbins with my no, not Baskin Robbins. I would say I'm Baskin Robbins. We would call people and be like, "Hey, for $31,000, can you name 31 flavors in 31 seconds? Go!" And they'd be like, "Oh, chocolate, strawberry, vanilla." 31 flavors in 31 seconds. Do you know how prepared you'd have to be to get that right?
Cherry, vanilla.
Cherry, vanilla, mint, chocolate chip, rainbow sherbet, orange sherbet. Holy shit, he did it.
Oh my god, we have
You actually have to give him money.
I'm sorry, you win.
Mom,
don't
could
know
I
what
have
to say.
$31,000?
And that's the ultimate scheme. Hey, this is If I Were You, the only advice podcast on the internet, hosted by us. I'm Amir.
Jake.
And we're here with Mike Karnell,
Hello.
host of his own headgum podcast, Twinnovation.
Great show I do with my two our mutual friends, the Rosenberg twins.
That's right. And you've been on this show before.
Once before, yeah.
Welcome back.
Happy to be here, bud.
Do you remember the first episode we did?
Yeah, well, I remember it was right around like the Warriors like losing to the Cavs.
Oh, yeah. It was like a sports question about like
Yeah.
an abusive, emotionally
She was like,
abusive.
my boyfriend gets really upset when the Warriors lose. I think
Yeah.
I'm going to be fine because they were up 3-1. And we read
Oh,
it after the
shit.
finals. We're like, yo, what happened with this relationship?
Oh, yeah. You know, I emailed her like, hey, is everything okay? And it bounced back.
Oh no.
Mailer Damon got in the way.
I went to her
Realized it was-
Facebook and it was just one of those memorial walls.
She ended up responding like, "Don't worry. At the very least, he's a huge Hillary Clinton fan, and I think like everything is going to
What
be
could
fine
go wrong?
after
November
8th."
7th.
All right, so we got some more questions from more people. The way it works is people are confused, scared, anxious, so they email Jake and I. We try to answer their questions as best as we can. Sometimes it's just us. Sometimes we have a friend in the house. Today we have my roommate for tonight, Mike Karnell.
Yeah,
Actually staying
thank you
with me
again for
tonight.
letting me stay. I am going to be staying with Jake tonight just because we have an early
What?
departure for our road trip.
Baller.
That's what's up. But it's just an early, thank you again for letting me stay.
No doubt.
Your new TV remote is fucking bonkers, by the way.
I bought a new TV, and if you guys haven't bought a TV in the last 6 months, now remotes are like basically another TV. It's like
game
a
has
cell
changed.
phone.
It's a iPhone 7 Plus size.
Yeah, it's an Android type phone, but it's the remote.
You
So-
tried to show me your TV last night and it was dead.
Yeah, it took me an hour and a half to charge my remote.
You can't even turn it on like while you're charging it?
I can use the actual remote, like the cable box remote that I've been using.
Oh.
But if I want to ball out and use the Android remote, I have to charge it.
Bullshit.
Yeah. All right. So this question is from a lady. Do you have a lady's name for us, Mike?
Priscilla Jenkins.
Holy shit. How long have you been sitting on that gold mine?
PJ.
Oh, my God.
Whoa, easy on the La Croix while recording, bud.
Look, wow, wow.
While recording.
Look, wow, wow, we're Kowa.
No, look,
Wow, wow, we're Kowa.
You and I did have a conversation late last night for, I think, like 15 minutes where you just had your mouth guard in.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be very quick. Like, I came in late. I was like, hey, thanks for letting me stay. And then we just ended up talking. And the whole time,
you
mouth
kept it
guard
in?
in.
At Grand Guard,
Did you make fun of it at all?
No, I let it slide because we were having a good conversation and good time. I didn't want to, like, ruin the vibe.
At first, the grind guard was a huge sore spot in my life, and now like I wake up and I don't want to take it out. I love it. It
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of makes me feel like a basketball player, even though my ankle hurts and I can't even walk.
Yeah, you're not
There's,
very athletic.
One of my favorite voices that you do is, it's not even a voice, I guess. It's just your actual voice with the grind guard, but you do like ultra confident guy with grind guard.
That's why I didn't say anything last night because you were just like,
Oh,
I
I
was
was
like, he
powering
hears
through.
himself and he knows he's not acting like anything's wrong.
Yeah, I just had a lisp for an hour and a half. I should do an episode of the podcast with the grind guard.
Oh man, it'd be really funny.
Hashtag grind guard if you want to see that happen. Listen, if it gets trending,
30,000 retweets.
If it gets trending on all of Twitter,
or not even internationally, it could be like a national grind guard.
What if
hashtag
it's the
trending.
number one trend on for like at any point during the day when this comes out?
Yeah.
Hashtag grind guard.
Yeah.
Will you do it?
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
Start the campaign now.
Priscilla Jenkins?
Yes.
Right. I've been in love with my boyfriend for a couple weeks now, and we've been together since August. That's right. I plan to tell him I love you for the first time on his birthday dinner, but then I decided I wasn't sure I wanted to say it. I was afraid, scared, etc. I'm actually writing this now after this all happened. Haha. Anyways,
What?
we hadn't seen each other for a few... Jesus,
Jesus
guys.
Christ.
How many
dude.
LaCroix did you have?
LaCroix.
Holler at LaCroix. We hadn't seen each other for several days, so I'd say we were both horny and DTF. The physical and emotional chemistry that we had led us to getting intimate, and with the L word on my mind, I blurted it out during sex
Oh, no.
for the first time.
That'll happen.
In the moment, I said sorry, and we didn't stop having sex. Actually, we ended up fucking harder, and we had the
what's
best
up.
sex I've ever had. Afterwards,
yeah.
while lying next to each other, I did decide to tell him that I do love him. He didn't reciprocate, which is okay. I said I know it's early, and I said there are no rules. He's had a lot of girls burn him, and not many girls have cared for him the way I do. And he's just not there yet. I really feel embarrassed and like I messed this whole thing up. Did I mess up? Would you be freaked out if you were him? Did I just ruin sex for him now because he's going to equate sex with me having said I love you? Is this a really bad first start at love? Help! By the way, I'm 27 and my boyfriend is 25.
This is her first time saying I love you to someone?
I don't know about that, but it's definitely the first time she said it to him.
25-year-old dudes are tough, dude. They want to just be living it up.
Yeah.
Very few 25-year-olds want to be locked down.
That's scary. It's a scary thing if you don't love someone to hear that. Because then it's like, it goes from like,
Yeah.
I can break up with this person and sort of be all right to like, oh shit,
I
I'm
know.
going to hurt this person.
Yeah.
They love me.
Yeah.
I don't even love me.
Right. When somebody like uses the word love, like when somebody's in love with you, it almost like elevates you to this position that you didn't want. You hold too much power.
Oh dear.
I don't think she fucked up though. I think that like it's totally. I think that it's not even close to as serious as she thinks it is.
I can understand why she thinks it's the biggest deal
Yes,
in the
I
world.
totally get it because she actually loves this person and is worried that she's going to lose him. I think that it's fine, and if like I would just not bring it up ever again.
Including ever saying I love you
Like
ever
don't
again?
like see what happens in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Well, now he knows your feelings, so you don't need to like.
The worst thing you do is
reiterate it.
pressure him to say I love
Yeah,
you.
so you said it. You can stop saying it for now.
Now he knows. It's in the ether.
Also, do you think they fucked really good because he was trying so hard to come and get out of there that he was just like going as hard as he could?
Oh.
He's like, I gotta get out of here.
Or is good sex for her the opposite, where it's like, wow, it lasted forever. He was so emotionally distant.
Yeah.
Oh.
He probably got caught when she said I love you. He probably got caught up and was like, "Fuck yeah, somebody loves me."
Oh,
Because
yeah,
you get
into it.
you're at
Good thing to
100% confidence when you're fucking.
But if he didn't say it back then, that's not a great sign. Because that's like when you're at your most emotionally invested.
It's tough to spring that on people, man.
Well, she said,
Very
"I'm
tough.
sorry" right after. I don't know if I would like keep. If somebody said, "I love you," then they said sorry. I wonder if I would keep on fucking.
It's such a
Yeah.
big moment, but I don't quite... Do you remember like your I love yous, your first I love yous? For some
remember all
reason, I
of them.
don't.
I refused to tell Kristen Robine that I loved her in high school.
And that was-
Wow.
I like.
How long were you going out with
This
her?
is the summer going into college. I'd like just lost like 50, 60 pounds. Was like
Baller.
You were looking good.
good. Was looking good.
How'd you do that?
We had I just like started running like 3 miles a day and only eating chicken and broccoli and like no carbs for like a year.
Interesting.
It's funny when people ask, like, "Oh, you lost 50 pounds. How did you do that? Like, what's your
Stopped
secret?"
eating like a fucking raccoon.
I had a bad year of never eating delicious things,
Yeah.
and I lost 60 pounds.
But it's a pretty complicated history. The history with like the first girl that I fucked. You know it. I like
well.
basically like slept with Jake and I both's former ex-best friend's ex-girlfriend.
Ex-best friend's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, and this
Yeah.
happened, once she became our girlfriend.
So-
he became an ex-best friend.
So you started dating a friend's ex.
He thought that we were hooking up. Like, I didn't like her. They were dating. He was like, you should be nice to her. I was nice to her and was hanging up. He thought that we were hooking up, and like we almost got in a full fist fight on a train.
Like
On the
James
tee on
Bond.
the way home from a Red Sox game that we all went to.
No shit.
Like a full shoving match, almost got
didn't
in
know
a fist fight. And I was like, fuck you, dude. I'm not doing anything. And then it turns out she was trying to fuck me and I didn't realize it. And so we weren't friends, and all of my friends told me to like fuck her. I said no, not until I was like, if you're not going out with Matt, I'll think about it. But so basically this drove him insane, and he like dumped her and then was like spreading rumors and lies about me. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to like fuck this girl that you're telling everyone I already fucked. Then.
We get so many questions like this situation.
Yeah, I was like, well, if you're going to tell everyone I'm fucking her, I'm just going to fuck her, dude. How do you like that?
I've heard that before.
How do you like them apples?
Yeah,
So I was like,
okay, fine,
also
I'll
on
just
the
do
tweet.
it.
The rumor informed the reality.
So then we dated for a while, and she said, I love you. And I just like refused because I knew it was exactly what you said. I knew that I didn't love her. And I was like a freshman in college. I was like, yo, I'm trying to fucking go nuts here. Are you crazy? I just lost all this weight. I'm not trying to get locked down. So I was just
You
like,
want to see me get fat again?
I didn't
Yeah.
eat chicken for you.
yeah.
You think I like broccoli?
Yeah. I was just like, I won't say it. She's like, I was like, I won't say it. I've told someone I don't love you.
So they'll be like, I love you. And you're like, I don't.
I don't love you.
I
right
don't
now.
think, I've never ever responded to I love you with like, well, not me, but
I
You got
had
in
to,
tr-
dude.
You got in trouble once for reciprocating in the moment.
oh yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Someone said it.
First name?
It,
Give me a first name.
Middle
I'll know.
initial and or soch.
Give me a freaking first name,
Can I
dude.
mouth it to you?
Yeah.
I don't think you'll remember. Can you just edit this out and I'll say her name?
Can you bleep it?
Well, I don't want to. I might forget.
I don't want to
All
put in any extra work.
Yeah. This is a real intimate moment. Jake and Mike have now left the room.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Okay. I wasn't really. I don't think I was living in LA, or
Yeah.
you were doing your own thing. I remember that.
I said it first.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, you
I
were
wasn't-
so overwhelmed with emotion.
Well, at the time we were
You
like,
fucking said
we were
it first,
well, we
dude.
were, no,
Oh
there's
my
like
God.
it's more than that. Like we were on drugs, and we were at a
That'll
major,
do it.
Yeah, and we were at a Major Lazer concert. And Major Lazer said, grab somebody and tell them you love them.
Oh.
And we were like dancing, and I just said it because I don't know. I was
How many
rolling
times
my
have I told
face
you
off,
don't listen to
man.
Major Lazer?
Yeah, you don't always do what Major Lazer tells you to do.
if
kid.
Major Lazer told you to jump off a bridge, and they will in their next
My now
single.
fiance, the first time I told her I loved you, I was with you, rolling my face off on Molly.
Where was it?
At that house party. I like flew in. I was gonna say I love you that weekend. I like
house
planned
party?
it. I like flew in.
How long were you together?
Not that long.
Like
maybe
3
like
months? 6
Maybe like
months?
3 months.
So
What
and I
house
was-
party was it?
I flew into Brooklyn. We started at Jeff and Amir's old place
Oh,
above the chocolate factory.
that's right. They were still there.
And then we went to a house party, and I was like, I'm going to say it. The Molly fucking popped in, and I was just like, yo, I remember going to you. So I was peeking. I was peeking. And I just like grabbed her face. I was like, I fucking love you. And then she said it back, and we just like made out, and it was just like great.
That's great.
Wow, that's a great.
But it was
moment.
on Molly, but it was like totally.
then-
I was planning on doing it anyway, so it was like all good.
And then what about like the next day? What do you say to like at night in the morning?
It's
the
great. You
sober,
keep
I love
saying
you?
it. It's great. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It feels really
You
good.
break the seal.
It feels
Well,
really
that's why
good when
it's-
someone reciprocates
Yeah,
it, and you don't have to worry about
That's not
that.
necessarily what this girl's going through.
Right.
When you break the seal and you're both saying it, that's a beautiful thing. When you say it and somebody's like, I'll get back to you.
Yeah, what a weird moment.
I think that she's going to be okay. I would just like not bring it up.
Yeah,
And
because
like-
like the worst thing that you
Yeah.
could do now
Is
is
dwell.
Yeah, is to dwell and to like pressure this person into saying it when they don't feel it.
It'll only be a big deal if she makes it a big deal.
That's correct.
It's not like he's going to like forget. He's basically hoping that she doesn't bring it up for a while.
Would you say be well, don't dwell?
Yeah, that's a good
You
advice.
do well not to dwell, for sure.
Do well, don't dwell.
Be
All
well,
right.
don't dwell. Priscilla?
Priscilla Jenkins.
PJ, chill out.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Let's get a guy's name.
Okay. Roy Matherson.
Wow, very cool. Roy Matherson, and that's all his first name, right? Roy Matherson. Let me cut right to the chase. I'm in quite a moral quandary.
Okay.
I was on Bumble today, and who do I bumble upon? That's right, my best friend's current girlfriend. This, of course, immediately brings up the moral dilemma. Swipe right or swipe left? Neither. In utter disbelief, I anxiously closed the app. This itself might have been a mistake, as I closed the app before obtaining proof of this girl's possible
Yeah.
transgression.
That's stupid.
You guys, what do I do? Do I tell my best friend his girlfriend might be searching for a sordid affair without being able to prove my case with hard empirical evidence and risk the chance that he doesn't believe me, or worse yet, potentially believes there's some maleficent motivator behind my confession? Or Do I wait to see if I can find her again on the app, acquire that sweet, sweet evidence, or should I not say anything at all?
You got to look out for your boy on this one and get that screenshot, dog.
So it's
too late now.
Would you say before, if you saw...
Go back on there, find her. Do not leave the app until you find her. Get the screenshot and tell your boy.
So you wouldn't tell your boy before the screenshot?
If he really likes her, he's not going to want to believe it.
That's
really
true.
To the point where you wouldn't even tell him.
What about just like taking her phone at some point and being
Stealing it.
Yeah.
And being like, what is this? And then she's like, we're looking to find a girl so that I can fuck your
Too
friend. with
fucking
two other
theatrical.
Oh yeah. There's also plenty of reasons that people in relationships have those apps.
Right.
Like they could be just
Too
doing it as a
theatrical to
fun
grab her
thing.
phone, I think.
Yeah, you want to sort of steal it in a quiet moment rather
you
than
just
theatrically grab
Yeah,
it.
you have a nice moment. Be like, hey, man, are you and so-and-so cool? Is it going all right?
Yeah,
are you guys
why?
like
Did you see her on
open?
Bumble?
I knew you wouldn't believe me without a screen grab.
She's
so
on a Bumble date right now.
she's on her way here to meet me.
So you say you got to find her again. Have you used these apps? Were you?
I don't really. I put together what Bumble was during the story. I didn't know what it was.
Wow.
What is it, Tinder?
It's basically Tinder.
What's the difference?
Guy can't message the girl first.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's an interesting wrinkle.
That's actually it's just like a better Tinder for girls.
But
Yeah.
if he's in a huge
Safe place.
if he's in a huge city, there's a chance he might not ever find this woman again. It's that vast of a sea.
Well, they also got the mutual friend thing. That probably doesn't that usually bump people up to the front of your queue?
I'm just saying, there's a possibility he can't.
If he doesn't tell him right now, then he can never bring it up for the rest of his life. Then he dies with that secret, as far as I'm concerned.
He could plant the seed in his friend. Just be like, hey, I think I saw your girlfriend on Bumble.
Isn't that weird?
Do you want to do some investigative work on this?
Is that insane, or did I do that?
Now, you could be like, yo, you should just like, you never promote snooping, but at this point, she's a known
What about a little Photoshop?
potential cheater.
Here's what you do. You Photoshop it, and then it's a picture that she doesn't use. So he shows her, like, is this your Bumble profile picture? And then she could be like, no, that's not even my main profile picture. And he's like, how did you know that this
How
is
do you know what your profile pic is?
Then she's caught in the
It's
act
so
of lying.
theatrical.
And then ideally it's on a stage so you can spotlight her, raise the house lights.
Here's all the guys who have
boyfriend is
swiped
alone.
right on you.
Boyfriend's
You
alone in the
whore.
audience clapping.
Well,
Brava. Brava.
Encore.
She's just like, all right, I'm going to dump you.
Wait.
That makes a lot of sense.
I love you.
I went through way too much trouble instead of talking to you.
Dropped 5 G's renting the theater out.
Speaking of, we have to get out of here. There's an afternoon show of Les Mis.
There's a line between, like, if you were to rank all your friends between how close you are and how far you are, from like best friend all the way down to acquaintance.
Yeah.
Where would you draw the line of, I tell this person that I see?
It's a good question.
Ooh, yeah.
7, probably. After that, it's
7
not my
friends
fucking
in.
business, and I'm not like here to get into your
So
shit.
where do I land? I'm dating.
I would
someone.
definitely tell you,
If-
100%.
If I was dating someone, you would have, and you saw her, you would have told me.
Yeah, I won't tell you your exact number, but suffice it to say you're in the area where I would tell you.
That means I'm a 7.
Or higher. Set between 7 and 10.
No, you would have said higher.
No, man, come on. 'cause then
You're dead 7, dude.
I'm the bar.
I don't think you could tell people who are like fucking acquaintances.
Right. Like, would you tell Marty?
I would tell you guys.
Oh,
that's what
and then,
you do.
Yeah. That's
You tell
actually,
the closest 7 or higher.
I know Marty doesn't listen to this, and he's like, "Fuck, I'm a 6."
that's the best he could be. Marty
Yeah.
could be right under me, for all I know.
I guess I would. No, I would tell Marty. We're tight. We're cool.
right, Marty?
Why aren't you answering?
Marty, you tell me, right?
No. All right, that's fair.
Well, what's your number, Jake? What's your cutoff?
I'd probably start doing what you said, like tell people that are close enough that they would be the right person to like let somebody know.
Yeah, case by case.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
I mean, it's going to come back to you, though, if the shit hits the fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Who told you that?
I guess it's
Fucking Jake?
I can also
Hurwitz?
I can
Yeah.
also see a world where
He
I just,
doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. he's a whore.
can't you also see a world where you're just like, oh, I'll just swipe left and pretend I didn't see anything. Now my life is just as dramatic. And
Not
no
for my
big
boys
deal.
that are from 7 to 10, dude. I always got your back.
Is it possible that it's just a girl that looked like that girl?
It's possible.
Well, no, they
Same
show you
age.
names.
Shows you, like-
Same name?
Name and
Oh, it's
age.
only first name though.
First name and age and looks like her?
I mean, you got to take a screenshot. Like, it's not a bomb. It's not going to
Yeah.
explode. Take a screenshot the first time, you
really
idiot.
should take this
You're an
screenshot.
idiot.
In conclusion, you're an idiot.
Fucked
You should've
up.
swiped her.
Now get back there and get
So,
the evidence.
Mike says, go back, get the evidence. Jake, what do you say?
I think I'm for going back and getting the evidence, but if you can't, I think you can say to if it's your best friend, you could say straight up, I saw your girlfriend on Bumble.
yeah,
Right, would
I
say.
think I could come to you straight up.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be like, prove it. I would probably take you at your word.
Yeah, I'd be like, don't make, come on, man.
I have the screenshot, but I don't want to have to show it. Come on.
In fact, I'm going to delete it as a
Jake,
token
I
of my
need you to
faith.
just go break up with your girlfriend. With
No evidence, dude. Just come on.
I
Let's
need
hit
you to
this road
trust me.
trip, and let's don't
Go off
look
the
into
grid
it.
and don't come back.
That is a tough little prisoner's dilemma. I think I
What do you do?
would. I think if it was best friend, you got to just say.
What number do you cut off at?
I
for
cut
the
off
question?
at 10.
You wouldn't tell a 9 out of 10 that
Your
they're
top
significant
friends.
other. If someone's a 9 out of 10, you're friends with your
Without
like,
evidence?
close.
No, I don't tell them.
Well, but in this situation, you're the one that saw it.
Because there's a chance that they're closer to their lady than they are to me. I'm only
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
So you wouldn't tell me. I'm assuming I'm not a 10. You wouldn't tell me if you saw my fiance like fucking.
That's
around.
a little different because I know your fiance too. So I
So?
would definitely not tell you.
Oh my god, dude! You're fucking. Hey, guess who just got bumped down to a 5?
Whoa, I'm still in the top half?
Yeah, you're not. You're not a
Awesome.
bad guy. You're letting me crash, but
It's just morally gray.
now I'm gonna let bad things happen to you and not protect you.
Like the squirrel.
I'm
Yeah.
going to fuck your girlfriend, man.
All right, cool. Let's take a break. Thanks some sponsors. We'll be back with more Mike after this. Thank you as well to Seeso.com for sponsoring this episode. Jake, do you remember the last thing you bought for $3.99?
Oh, $3.99.
$3.99.
Maybe it was a little like a lighter.
Oh, that's good. So you can either get a lighter or Seeso, which is ad-free comedy, seemingly infinite, for less than you'd pay for, let's just say, a cold brew coffee. For just $3.99 per month, you can gain access to Seeso, and it's free for 2 months when you use the promo code If I Were You at checkout.
I wasn't thinking about food when you said the $3.99 thing.
Yeah.
I guess I did that this morning for coffee.
Yeah, that's true. So what is Seeso? Well, they got British comedies. They've got every episode of SNL. They've got original comedies such as Harmon Quest, Take My Wife, Bajillion Dollar Properties with our buddy Tim Baltz.
Very nice. Maybe my coffee's closer to $2.75. So
Yeah, they're just.
I'm
This is
thinking-
just sort of a leaping off point, just to basically say
well, I'd hate to just gloss over it without
you
me
get a
giving
lot of
final answer.
content for $4, less than
I get
$4 a
that.
month.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it. Let's sit here for a minute as I permission to load up my bank statement.
No. It's basically
Granted.
It's comedy that's run by comedy nerds for comedy nerds. So if you are a comedy nerd,
And we know you are because you're listening to a nerdy comedy show.
that's right. You can see exclusive stand-up specials. Oh, Dan Levy, a guest of our show, has a stand-up special on Seeso.
So there's something you can go watch.
The UK Office, SNL, Monty Python, so much comedy just for $3.99 a month. You can access it on the go, on your tablet, on your phone, on your computer, streamed on your TV. It's a great alternative to regular comedy watching. So how do you do it? You go to Seeso, SEESO.com, promo code If I Were You, and you can try it for 2 months free. Watch as much as you can for 2 months and then cancel the subscription. You're basically robbing them. Go do it. Watch 2 months straight free at Seeso, SEESO.com, promo code If I Were You. Thank you as well to Squarespace for sponsoring this episode. Let's say, I don't know, you wanted to build a website for an uncle who's starting a business, and you don't necessarily know how to code.
And neither does your uncle. What happens? He doesn't get a website. His business fails. He leaves your aunt, and then you don't have any more family functions to go to because they're usually held at their house. That sucks.
That aunt's blood is on your hands. Well, now with Squarespace, you don't need to know how to program or design because their product is easy. It's beautiful. They have seamless commerce tools, customer support, simple drag and dropping, and you're building a website easily and affordably. And if you get Squarespace for a year, they'll even throw in a premium domain name for free. What? Not a lot of free available domain names available still now at the time of recording is my suggestion. timesoldroman.com. Everyone knows about Times New Roman. But what is timesoldroman.com?
Yeah, and you know about Times Present Roman, which
obviously Times Roman or the Roman Times.
but you don't know anything
about timesoldroman.com. Available right now. What's yours?
Pretty surprised this one is still around, actually.
Oh.
Bagelsandlocks.com.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Bagels and locks.
Bagelsandlocks.
Wow.
.com.
That's a really
you
good
have to
one.
spell locks.
With 43 X's. Okay, so bagelsandlocks.com is not available.
Right. Well, you're spelling locks like the fish and not like a door lock.
Got it. So you're a breakfast / locksmith guy. Yeah. So you're arriving, you got a muffin, you got a bagel,
That's
you can
right.
also break into
I'd
things.
like someone to buy this domain,
Yeah.
and it's just a splash page with a bagel and then a smear of cream cheese with a bunch of like master padlocks on top of it.
Yeah.
Bagelandlocks.com.
So whether you want to buy bagelandlocks.com, timesoldroman.com, or something completely else, oh my God, I'm still burping.
Jesus,
I don't know what's wrong with me. Go to squarespace.com and use offer code IFIWEREYOU to get 10% off your first purchase. That's squarespace.com, offer code IFIWEREYOU, and get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace, set your website apart. Let's get back to Mike.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Hey, we are back. We were just talking about John Gabris' episode on Twinnovation on our episode last week.
The shitter shredder.
Yeah, his shitter shredder idea. The whole episode was great. We already promoted it, recommended it, but let's do it again.
Thanks for the
Mike
bump.
No doubt. And I think we can even put... There's a really funny stretch of a few minutes in there that we'll put at the end of this episode to whet your appetite so that you can go back and listen to Gabris on Twinnovation because I think it's high comedy.
Yeah, and everyone, the three of us, me, the Rosenbergs, and this time Gabris, take a turn pitching inventions.
Right.
We go around and pitch our one invention for the week, and this was Gabris talking about like his invention, which is like, well... Listen to the episode.
But
it's
it
for
was like
toilets.
watching witnessing a perfect game. Like, it was such a fun.
He's the perfect compliment because he's like another like I need someone to balance me out. Otherwise, I shouldn't be the top dog. And I consider myself the top dog.
You are the top dog on that show.
It was so nice. I like had a bigger brother in the room. It felt really good.
And
You had your own twin for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was like two sets of twins.
And we all realized, the four of us on air realized that our favorite food is wings. And then we recorded Gabris' podcast right after that, which isn't released yet, about
I think it will
wings.
be when this comes out.
It's an hour and 15 minutes of just wing talk.
Oh, man.
And we order wings and eat wings. And now we have a text thread where whenever we eat wings, we send each other photos and talk about what's good and bad.
Did you change the group name to the Wingdings?
Oh, that's probably a good idea. There's no group name, but we should.
Yeah.
I texted Gabris as I was listening to your show. And it's like, this episode of Twinnovation is amazing. And he wrote back, he's like, yeah, I love all those guys, especially Karnell.
We're like super, we just clicked, dude. He's just like my brother.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I heard you say that story to Jeff, and you said especially Jeff.
Oh, yeah. And I said the same thing to
Fucked
Dave.
up, dude.
You said especially Jeff to Dave.
Yeah.
Shit. What were we talking about earlier that I was like, this could be a good story for the podcast?
I was telling you about that squirrel.
Yeah, you had a fear of squirrels.
I don't trust them. They're not to be trusted. They're like fucking fat rats.
Always hiding
They
acorns.
can climb. They're fat rats that can climb.
It is funny that we're so afraid of rats. If I saw a rat in my backyard, I'd be like, holy shit, what the fuck is a rat
If
doing
you saw a
here?
big rat, you know why.
But if
we're
it had
so
a
afraid.
bushy tail, it's fine.
It's
if it has
just
wings,
cute.
we're good because it can
It'll
fly
bite
away.
you and you'll get the plague.
Oh, but squirrels don't have that?
And I think they do too. That's why I don't trust them. We don't
I
know.
think they're
They
not
won't
being
tell
very
us
upfront
what
about
they have. They won't tell us.
For Christ's sake.
Squirrel's never gone on record.
What is Big Squirrel hiding? All right. Do you want to answer some more questions?
Yeah, I loved the first half.
Hell yeah.
I don't like that you're sipping on that La Croix again. You
I
little,
know.
you
You
little
know it's
burpy
bubbling
boy.
up. Ugh. Can you tap my back until I spit up?
No La Croix while you're liquording.
That's good. All right. Another lady's name. Middle fingers up. Another lady's name.
Jessie Abernath.
Not Abernathy.
No,
Just
Abernath.
they dropped the Y at Ellis Island.
I like that. Less Jewish, for sure. Hi there. A few weeks ago, my best friend's cousin came to visit her for a week. I ended up hooking up with him on the first night of the visit, as he's a very affectionate guy. We ended up hooking up more and acted sort of coupley, cuddling, hand-holding, etc. for the rest of the week. Now he's gone home. He's in the UK, I'm in Canada, and he texts me 24/7. He calls me every day.
Oh, God.
He seems to think like we're in some sort of crazy LDR relationship, which I did not agree to. So here's my question.
Jesus Christ.
How do you break up with someone from across the ocean when you weren't even dating them to begin with? I can't just ghost because he's my best friend's cousin and they're really tight. Help! Love the show. What's her name?
Jesse Abernath.
Jesse Abernath.
I mean,
Have you ever been on either side of this thing? Instant love, affection, romance?
I broke up with, remember Michelle?
Yeah.
I broke up with her. We were doing long distance.
Yeah.
But that was like a
You
serious
guys
thing.
had said
we
we
had
are
loved
going
each
to be
other.
long distance.
Yeah.
Did you ever accidentally back into a long distance thing?
How about your current relationship?
That's also started long distance, but I loved it.
That was, remember we were in Israel and there was that girl that I spent a couple days hooking up with.
It's like camp for grown-ups. You meet someone on
this tattoo on my wrist I met on a trip when we went to Poland to visit Eddie.
Really?
I spent 5 days courting this girl Joanna.
Did it work?
We made out. We couldn't fuck. Jeff kind of me and Jeff had a big fight. It was me and Jeff visiting Poland, and we had he went nuts one night.
Because he liked her?
No, he was just being a fucking jerk. And he purposely
I feel like he wouldn't tell
sabotaged
the
my
story
plans.
that way.
No, he was. We talked it out the next day because we had to travel together, and I was like, "What's your fucking?" I was like, "That was fucked up, dude."
Jesus Christ.
We're all good. Sometimes your boys let you down, but it's truly bliss when you're on a week vacation.
Yeah. And I remember I went back. We as we were leaving Israel, I was talking to this girl about oh, you're gonna come and visit me in Brooklyn, and then and then we're texting and emailing. And she's like, "Are you gonna kiss anybody else while you're?" I'm just I'm afraid you're gonna kiss other people while you're back in New York. And I was like, "Oh,
Record scratch.
Definitely am gonna.
I am."
I'm kissing someone right now.
Birds that are flying in the air just take a swan dive into the ocean.
That's
Straight into the pavement.
That same Poland trip, Jeff and I. This sounds fucked up. I might have told this on Streeter's podcast. We picked up a girl at Auschwitz.
What?
I hooked up with her, but we flirted with her and brought her back to our place in Poland.
You flirted with someone at a concentration camp?
She was on our tour. And
Hitler tried to squash life out of people in it, so it's nice.
Incredibly respectful during the tour. There was absolutely no flirting or anything. But there's one bus from Krakow to Auschwitz.
Jesus Christ.
There's one bus, and this after our tour, this bus didn't show up. And it's kind of raining, and you can't really complain about it kind of raining on you at Auschwitz because they didn't even get to wear shoes. They took their shoes away.
That is the worst thing about Auschwitz, the fact that they were barefoot the whole time.
So we kind of cuddled. We kind of walked over to her because we'd been standing there for an hour. And we're like, "Hey, what's up? What's your deal?" She was from Finland. And we're like, hey, we're just going to get a cab before it's too late so we can just get home and we'll just pay for it. Whatever. Do you want to join with us since we're all going back to Krakow? She's like, totally. And we took this weird taxi ride through Polish villages. The cab driver's
ghettos,
showing me photo albums while he's driving with his knees. And Jeff's in the backseat not knowing what's going on. And I'm freaking out because it's rainy, small car. We get back and convince her to not take her train out of town.
Jesus.
Come out drinking with us.
It's 1938 all over again.
Yeah, and so she came out drinking, and then we tried to bring her back to Eddie's apartment.
Oh boy,
which was a studio apartment he was already sharing with his boyfriend at the time. And then the two of us were crashing, and we brought a third person. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" So we kind of hooked up outside the apartment, and then she went back to the train station. But she messaged me on Facebook, and it was just it was a nut.
Are we together?
She was just like, "Are you going to come to Finland and visit me?" I was like, "No."
But did you say no, or were you like, "Yeah"?
I was like, "Yeah, sometimes you should come to LA. It's nice and warm."
So that's the thing. Does this person deserve hard truth? Should she be like, "Listen, man, it's not going to happen with us"?
I mean, the texting.
I was going to say that you could ghost this person, even though they're friends with their cousin.
Yeah.
How close are cousins?
Well, they'll talk about it. She basically still feels a connection. This guy can still reach her through the cousins. So
I think you can respond less and less, and maybe at some point your friend is going to be like, "Hey, are you ignoring my cousin?"
You're saying fade away.
Yeah, I'm saying to fade away.
Definitely fade away.
See, I would say, this was just sort of the difference between us. I would say just "Hey, I can't really do this right now," and then that cuts it off.
But there was never anything established to not do.
No, but he for whatever reason he got that feeling.
Well, no, he got that feeling, and he's trying to set this precedent of we're going to talk this much, and I can call you
right,
and you just fucking Stonewall it. You set the different precedent that you respond to one text every 2 days, and that you don't answer any calls.
No, I think that'll get him upset, and he'll like.
Who cares if he's upset?
No, I would say you're
What the fuck do we owe this jabroni?
I think you send him
Me
one.
and Mike are gonna we're
this
going
dude up.
to the UK.
You send him one uncomfortably long text like, "Hey, listen, I know that we had an awesome time. I don't know if I can keep talking to you. I feel like what we had is done. Blah blah blah. However you want to phrase it, but I can't really respond to you that much."
You know,
That's
that's
a
like,
weird text to send, maybe, but then he gets the message instantly and he stops texting as much.
Yeah, but like whatever, just like ignore him. Don't even put in the effort.
Yeah.
Two options.
I'm 100% down to not even draft it.
And when the cousin comes, you can be like, "Hey, yeah, I'm sorry. He was like literally texting me and calling me all day, and I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I didn't know what to do. You're close to him. If it makes you feel better, I'll send him a text telling him like how I feel. But I figured it was easier since he lives across a fucking ocean for him to move on.
But then
Actually,
if he comes and visits the cousin again, you don't want to have like broken up with him.
Yeah,
That's
let him
super
smash when he comes in.
weird.
Yeah, but it's not a breakup. It's just a pause.
Yeah, and then that
Yeah.
if
Which
that
you
cousin,
I think you hit pause without ever actually touching the button.
yeah, dude.
I think the movie will end and stop and rewind
and it's
on
gonna
itself.
and it's gonna go back to the home screen.
If that cousin
You better
comes to you,
believe.
if that cousin comes to you, just be like, "Hey, I like had a good time." Blah blah blah. Leave it. Be soft with it. Don't cut it off. So when he comes back to Canada, he can smash, dude.
Smashed.
All right. What did we call this lady? I forget already.
They fucked for a
Ashley.
week. They must have some chemistry.
Yeah.
I believe. What was the name?
Ashley Tabernath.
It was
Jesse Tabernath.
Jesse Abernath.
Jesse Abernath.
Jesse Abernath. All right. We have time for one more question if you don't have to leave us quite yet.
All right, let's do it. I mean, no, I'm hanging out with you guys.
Hell yeah. This is one last guy.
Okay.
From Toronto, if it helps.
From Toronto. Dimitri McMullen. Was that bad? Are you mad at me?
That's obviously somebody in my life who wronged me.
It's Amir's childhood best friend who died tragically.
When you shoved him into a subway.
Oh, come on, get over it.
Let's call him Dimitri McFucknugget. This is a really good question. Are you guys excited?
Oh, yeah.
All right, this one's going to be good. I have a question that might be a tad too crude or rude for the podcast.
Okay.
Whoa.
I really have no one else to go to help for this. Long story short, I want to give my girlfriend. What do you guys think?
I'm scared you're going to say a disease.
A facial.
Oh.
No, not a spa facial. The type you
course.
give a
all
dime with
knew.
your God-given
Fucking good
sausage.
luck, bud.
I am a legit day one fan, and I don't think I ever have a question with a more important topic. 1, is this normal to want? 2, am I sick? 3, will she be mad at me for asking? 4, have you ever done it? Ayo, Jake, I'm looking at you. Hashtag yes, dude. If so, how would you go about asking to do this or even doing it? To give you guys some context, we have been in a serious relationship for 3 years. We're both 27, and we have sex very often. I can't go to any of my close friends for fear of it coming back to her because we all share the same friends. My dudes, please help me with this hopefully sticky situation.
That's a tough stitch because when your friends know your girl, you can't be like, I want to come on my girls. Because every time they see her face, you like can't. Good fucking luck, Dimitri.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
P.S. This has nothing to do with disrespecting or domination.
Yeah, dude,
I know some people would think that. We have a very loving, respecting relationship. The last thing I would want, or anyone to think, is that this is about disrespecting or degrading her. I just find it so damn hot.
Yes.
Yeah, but that stems from like a dominant. Like it's okay to it's okay to be like if you're into dominant stuff, like that's okay.
Yeah, he's just saying
this is a fetish.
He's saying that, but it's dominant fetish.
Yeah. He just doesn't want to.
But they're like
come
you
off
can
as
trace lots of
negative.
dominant stuff. Like
It's
even
okay.
doggy style is kind of like a dominant.
Dominant's
sexual...
not negative as long as the other person's like comfortable and into it.
Right. As long as it's consensual dominance.
Do you feel comfortable answering the question? Have you ever done this?
I have done it to like one of my like an earlier girl I slept. It's like fucking weird.
Can you
dude.
name names?
No, I won't name names.
He won't even whisper
First
it
and
off
last.
mic.
It's like it's just not. It's kind
Were
of
you
like when
into it or were you
someone
not
titty
into
fucks
it?
you for the first time. You're like, oh, porn lied. Like this isn't even cool.
You mean
At least
titty
that's
fucks
my
you?
opinion. I thought that like titty fucking was the biggest letdown for me as a
Titty
teenager.
fucking is completely agree on titty fucking.
Oh,
my
really? I
God.
disagree. 'cause
What a
I thought it was
complete
great.
it's
Titty
fun.
fucking is to me that's like the biggest waste of.
Oh my
like,
God.
Jesus Christ!
I
What
think
a
when I was-
setup that porn did.
when I was
But it's so weird because when
younger,
you watch porn,
that was the best.
But when you
got
exactly.
titty fucked and liked it?
I didn't get. What does it mean to get titty fucked?
They
What is
put
that?
their boobs together and they
You
make
titty
a tight
fuck somebody.
titty
surface.
fuck them.
Yeah, I mean they could titty fuck you. It's basically
Oh, I see.
You know,
them.
what are you
fucking
thinking?
with? I was thinking them doing it to my titties.
Right, no.
Them
You're
doing
so
what to your
insecure with your
titties?
sexuality.
them doing what to your titties?
Fucking me.
Who's fucking
When
you?
you-
Well,
When
that's why I was
say-
confused. You
Yeah.
said somebody titty fucked you.
Yeah, they
That's
took
that,
their.
that's
They
like
took
that
their,
makes Amir think that like my dick is going between his chest.
Right.
Oh,
but I guess
no.
you could say a
But
woman
yeah.
can titty fuck a guy with
Yeah.
her titties.
The weird thing is when you watch porn, like it looks like they're amazing at titty fucking.
Yeah,
Like it looks
that's
like it
because they're
works.
like drenched in oil.
yeah, like
It's
but they do an
lubricated.
Yeah.
effective job.
Because it's slick, but like in real life, you're not covered in oil. You're like, if you're a teenager, you're in a fucking passenger car seat.
Yeah.
Someone's like spitting on your dick and like trying to make it. It just doesn't
It's weird.
feel good.
It does it, and like at the very best, it like feels pretty good for like 3 strokes, and then like somebody loses control of an
Yeah,
appendage. And
just go to the vagina.
anyway,
So you said you did it. You didn't like it.
No, it's just weird. It's like, I mean, also
You
the
felt
person I
bad?
did it with wasn't like, it was like my idea, like this kid, but I was like a teenager, and I thought, porn really fucks up the first like 3 years of your fucking.
yeah,
Like you really
I
think that
if
some
I-
things are
for
cool.
me,
you think
porn's fucked up all of my fucking forever.
Yeah, you got to lay off the porn.
Yeah,
Porn stuff doesn't work.
When you did it, did she ask you or you asked her?
I think like in the heat of the moment, I was like a dominant move, and I was like,
Can I?
I don't want to. I don't remember what I said, but I bet you it wasn't like I don't want people to hear it because it's a really uncomfortable subject to broach. But it's like it's just not cool. It's like on their face, and they have to clean up. And if they're not, there are girls that are super into it, I'm sure, but
Right.
I mean, not.
I think
few and far between.
I think it has to be on them. It
Yeah.
has to be them broaching it. It has to be them asking.
And if he's in such a respectful and friendly relationship, if he asks, she'll probably say yes. Just
what if you
because
wait
out of
to
like
let him
trust
try?
and love.
What if you wait for the yellow light, which is her asking, "Is there anything you would like?"
Well, that's what I'm going to say. I think trying to like do it in the heat of the moment is like, if it works, then it's like that's real nice. It's like hitting that's a grand slam.
You can pull it off. If you can pull it off.
degree of difficulty dive.
Yeah.
If you can do it, you're gonna win the goal.
There's like it seems like there's a pretty high risk of like I'm gonna come on your face. It's like get the fuck out of here.
Who the fuck do you
know
think
you're not.
you are?
So I think the way to broach it is to say like, what are your fantasies? Is there anything that you want to like? Anything that I can satisfy?
Set her up, dude.
So
like for example, with me, I'd love to come on your face. What's
Well, what you're
something
doing-
like that
I mean,
for you?
I want to come on your face.
All right, that's not fair.
this is not something that has to actually be manipulative, because just like you have a fantasy that you'd love to see fulfilled, she probably does too.
Yeah. Hopefully.
So you should.
A 1-for-1.
Yeah, you should want to
for
know.
tit
for tit. Oh fuck.
So you should find out what her deepest, darkest secret fantasy is, and see if you can fulfill
It's
it.
also very healthy to explore this
Yeah,
stuff.
and when she asks what yours is, you let her know, and you don't have to do it with any sort of expectation. Like, when I tell you this will happen.
What do you? What
Don't
do
be
you?
ashamed of wanting to do this.
The expectation should be that you can tell her without being judged.
What do you think the male equivalent is of her saying to him, "All right, you can give me a facial, but I want you. This is my fantasy."
I
And then
guess
it's
like
something
sitting
that
on
guy-
his face or squirting in his face.
Squirting in his face.
But that's so literal. I'm talking about something that's equally as like kind of dominant or a little bit
Pegging?
shameful.
Egg.
Oh, like getting fucked
Pegging's
with
a little
dildo?
fucking far. I don't know. If
I think that's
equivalent.
too far. Maybe like fingering his ass or something.
What about blowing a dildo? Making
Blowing?
him blowing it something.
Oh, that's interesting. So, like, if she wears a dildo and she gets to basically simulate what it
Yeah.
would be
Whoa.
like for him to have a dick.
That's fucking
Yeah.
real intense.
but
that's quite the
well,
jump,
that's why
man.
I don't think.
Don't you think that's because there's
No,
no
because I don't think it's. I don't
Yeah.
think it's healthy. Like, I'm going to undergo this awful thing, so you have to do something awful. Then this
Yes.
relationship is this
That's
weird,
weird.
trade-off of like, all right, fine, you humiliate
I get to
me, I
fucking
humiliate
pound
you.
No, I'm not saying he should do this or like it has to be
What
equal.
you're
I'm just
saying-
saying. I'm just asking a
I think the
hypothetical.
equivalent is whatever
where your
she
head's
wants
at.
to do.
What you're saying is that there should be some sort of equivalency. Like,
yeah, but hers
I think
might
it
be a
should
lot
come
less
from-
shameful.
Well, I
And
don't
that's
think they-
fine if we
neither
if
of
we're
these should
agreeing
be-
to do it. We don't judge. There's no shame.
Yeah, it's not viewed as shameful. I think
We're
it's viewed
agreeing
as
to do
hot.
this as a couple. I
Right,
like it.
this is something that this guy really, really wants to try to do. What's something that she really
She
wants
could
to
squirt
try
in
to
his
do?
face.
Squirt in his face.
I mean,
I've seen
people, when they love
If I
somebody, they
Google
want.
Bonnie Rotten.
When you love someone, you kind of you want to
can't
try
stop
something
Googling
new.
it. So there is this. So maybe the best advice is to say, "Hey, I got this fantasy. What's yours?"
Yeah.
I
Straight
want
up.
to. No. What's your fantasy?
Well, I would say
Definitely
and I would
talk
go so
about it
far as to say,
beforehand.
like, what's your fantasy without like saying yours first.
And
let it come back to you.
Dimitri should go
but it's
into
gonna
this.
It's gonna be so transparent. She's like, "Why? Do you have one?" Well, I mean, I guess I really want.
I have a
to come on
bunch.
your
I have
face.
a few
Well,
order.
it's so easy to sell. Like, oh, with you,
It's pretty
I have
easy.
a million. There's a million things I want to do. with
Dimitri
you.
should go into this
So
knowing
much.
that there's like at best 50-50 shot that this works.
Yeah, I think
I'd say most girls
Are not.
would
Coming out
only
in
do
someone's
it
faces-
because they love you and they know that you like it.
Right.
I don't think that
But
very
that-
few will actually like it.
That being said, I think that having a fetish for, I'm lucky that this is not one of my fetishes.
Oh, thank God.
But having this type of fetish is probably better than, like really wanting to get like fuck someone in the ass, because that's not
Yeah.
just like a dominating thing. That's like a pain thing. That's like you have to
Not
work.
necessarily a pain thing.
You have to like work to get it done. Though.
You gotta
Yeah,
work.
that's a
work,
little bit harder.
work. We can work from home.
Yeah.
But this is like, it's more about like cleanup, and I think probably reassuring somebody that it's not like a humiliation thing.
Just
but
imagine that's like the real life. Have you done this? Did you answer the question?
You know, I have
more,
not.
I have.
You have? I mean,
not.
it's weird because it's not like a porn where you're like expecting it, or the girls like in porn they're pretending that they like it. You're like in the dark, there's only moonlight. You like stand up and like come on her face, and then it's just like quiet, and she's like, "All right," and then like has to go to the bathroom and watch her come off her face.
It's happened to me in like different ways where mom turned it off.
Oh fuck! I forgot, Mom.
Your mom too.
Jake's mom turned it off.
They're
Tell my
sipping
mom.
tea, drinking, like listening
I-
together.
One time where it was like she asked like while we were hooking up, like, "Do you want to come on my face?"
Oh,
And I
then
was
you
like-
go for that.
I was like,
That's a green
yes.
light. You gotta
as
take
soon as
that.
you finish that sentence, I was coming.
Yeah,
And then like
You
the
gotta
other
take
times
that.
it was just like maybe during a blowjob, instead of coming in somebody's mouth, and they didn't want
around
it to,
their mouth.
Yeah, it was just like angled towards their face, and it like wasn't anything.
It was almost incidental.
Yeah.
What about
It's fine.
It's fine to have dominant fetishes.
What
It's
about
not
doing
like
it
a
Like
bad thing.
I think it's so much fucking sexier to like come inside something. It
Hell
feels
yeah.
a million
But if you're
times
used to
better.
that, this is like the exciting alternate.
I am used to coming inside people's mouth, and I still would choose it over. coming
What
out
about doing it
someone's
in a
face.
shower? I feel like that's the easiest cleanup.
How the fuck are you going to get to your dick level in the shower? How big's your shower? Oh, you have a big shower.
Thanks, man.
That's not. I feel like
Nice.
the shower thing. That's a silver bullet if she says no, based only on cleanup.
yeah. Because I feel like, all right, it
It's a rare scenario.
It
would,
happens
but
on
the
your
cleanup.
face, and then instant.
Yeah, but
instant-
cum gets all weird when it gets wet. It gets like white
don't-
and like harder and like
You gotta
gross.
use a lot-
cement.
you got to use a lot of.
It's like
soap.
worse. Doesn't it get like gummy when it's
Yeah,
wet
yeah.
for
Gummy.
you guys?
It doesn't. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't hold up well. to
When you
water.
like jerk off in the shower and then if it's like happens to be in your hand,
which is fine.
which is fine.
Nobody's
guys.
judging.
It gets like it changes consistency.
I
with
did not
water.
know that actually.
Yeah,
yeah, it does.
Good to know.
it'd be even worse in the shower.
Anyway, so that's our advice / DIY science experiment idea for you guys.
What was our final advice? Just like broach the subject honestly.
Yeah, or either don't say anything or bring it up as like a conversation about various fetishes. Hey, let's have a conversation about what turns us on.
Maybe
Yeah.
if there's like her birthday's coming up, or there's,
I
like,
know what I want to give you.
or if there's a Valentine's Day, you're like, hey, it's your birthday. I'm going to do whatever you want. So
you
then when
can either-
your
she doesn't
birthday
even-
rolls
yeah.
around,
Oh.
there's a little reciprocation. Sounds a little manipulative, but
Well, that's what I'm
Especially,
saying.
yeah.
Where
Tit for
like it
tat.
really doesn't have to be, because you should also truly want to fuck your girlfriend in a way that she wants too.
yeah.
It's worthwhile to know. It's worthwhile to know.
You're saying, do you give this an equal 50-50 shot like Mike does?
I think if he does it the right way, there's 100%.
100?
That he's
I,
gonna
that's
get to
not
do it
him
with.
describing his relationship, him specifically, I want to change mine to like 90% because I bet that if he asked and she really loves him, she'd be like, if you really like that,
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna let you do it. We're gonna.
100 is high. Don't say
Fine,
absolute
90,
certainty.
90,
Well,
90%.
what do I got riding on this anyway? I'll say 100%.
Jake, no.
It's happening!
We're getting sued.
He has to break up
Your
with her.
Honor,
Sorry, he said if you loved me, it was 100% chance.
the esteemed court. Jake Hurwitz said 100%. My client did not
I
come
tried to-
on his girlfriend's face.
I tried to tell him 90%. He wouldn't listen.
Mike's crying in the crowd
We find your defendant guilty.
of misstatistically representing the situation.
Oh. Lock him up. A bunch of jailmates coming on my face in the shower.
100%.
Oh, it's hardening up. It's changing consistency.
Amir was right.
They're gummy worms. All right. Thanks, Mike, for coming on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Coming on our
boys.
face. Thanks for coming on the show. If you have your own questions or your own theme song submissions, that email address for everything is iwereyoushow@gmail.com. Again, Mike, anything you want to plug beside your podcast?
Jake and I are going on a little road trip right now.
So you want to plug the road trip?
We're gonna
that
go to-
will have already finished, I should say, before the
grams.
episode
Yeah, but
comes
you
out.
can go back and like all
Check
of our Instagram.
grams.
Oh,
We're going
I
to go
see.
do a little California road trip.
a little
Death
Instagram
Valley,
trip.
Yosemite, San Fran, and
like
back.
that.
Is this
I
Mike
like
Karnell? At
Are you almost saying?
Is that your name?
Yeah, that's my name. It's
Karnell.
Mike Karnell.
Your
Instagram.
Instagram
Yeah,
handle. All right.
Instagram's Mike Karnell.
Is your name Mike Karnell? We've been friends since middle school.
I should really know before we go to Yosemite. The opening theme song, again, was written by Frankie. Oh, you know what? I never quite... He did want to plug something, and I totally dismissed
What
it.
is Pluggy? What is
Could
Frankie
not have
got
been a
going on?
SoundCloud page.
Yeah, he said he doesn't do music, obviously, but his Instagram handle is Frankie Becerra. If you can't pronounce my last name, pretend the C is an S. Becerra. Frankie Becerra. So if you guys like that song so much, you want to see Frankie Becerra's
on Instagram.
on Instagram.
Oh, that's
It's
rough,
Frankie
Frankie.
underscore.
You loved his music so much that you need to see his photos.
What if, like me,
His
you were
other
like,
art.
that's bad?
Then you don't have to follow him on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Then
Yeah.
you follow Mike Karnell.
And this closing one is written by Cameron.
Here we go.
Cameron?
Yeah, the rapster.
This is amazing.
Dipset.
Who does have a SoundCloud page, soundcloud.com/Cameron-Williams-M.
Okay.
He's actually a beat maker, less than a rapper. Anyway, enjoy the song. Thanks for coming on the show, Mike. Thanks for listening,
Thanks for having
everybody.
me.
And we'll be back next week.
Oh, also, Gabrus episode right now.
Oh, yeah. I was going to put John Gabrus on Twinnovation. A little taste, a little teaser of it at the end.
Put it
of
before the
this episode.
song.
Before the song.
Come on,
man.
dude.
All right, I'll do it now and then the song?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Very
We'll do
nice.
it right now.
Well, here's a clip from our Twinnovation episode with Johnny Gabrus, where he
The
talks
song.
about the shitter shredder.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a problem with my shit. Like, I haven't taken a solid shit since I was like 11. So I don't have to worry about getting the shit down. It's the paper that always fucks me up.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty thick. Now. I'm pooping pretty, but the squatty potty just shoots it right out of me.
Yeah, I
use the
bought the
squatty
squatty
potty?
potty and I barely need it because I just am always just like, this is how I describe how I shit. If you ever watch The Deadliest Catch, when they pull the net up over the boat and they just like pull the thing open and it opens and crabs and boots and shit fall out like in one big shot, that's me. Yo, I have the window of my bathroom. I have my own bathroom in my house. Thank God, saved my marriage. But I have a window right there that goes out to the street. And one time I went in there, I was like one of those like barely made it in, like just dropped, and it was like shitting as I squatted, and it came out like a fucking sneeze. It was like, it literally was like that, and I heard people go, "Whoa!" that were walking by on the street. It made such a loud noise. They're like, "Oh!" So it operates right as you flush.
A bunch of birds flew out of a tree. If there was like a fucking bomb went off.
So somewhere someone was watching a water cup shake like in Jurassic Park.
But you have a his and her bathroom off of your.
You got it.
Yes, we have a
Off
master
of
bath.
the master bedroom.
We have a master
Two
bath, and mine is the sin bin, as we call it.
Sarah and I just moved to a place with 2 bathrooms. Changed.
It's literally saved our lives. Because when you're married and live with a girl for a really long time, it rarely happens, but once every 3 months, your shit lines up with their shower.
Yeah.
And it's like the worst part of your marriage is when you have to go, cover your ears, cover your nose. I can't stop.
You can either get out right now,
Yeah.
or I'm coming in.
Exactly. I mean, I've pissed in my sink a bunch of times back when I lived in
Oh,
Brooklyn.
yeah.
Yeah. Or pissed in a pint glass and then poured it in the toilet.
Kitchen sink or bathroom sink?
Kitchen sink. The door's locked or whatever. But now with my own John, I think with the shitter shredder, I could shit confidently.
That was just as funny as I remember. Now that we're back, now let's do the closing theme
I
song.
feel like you're rushing through this.
Now, thanks everybody. Bye.
If I were you, show. When I got some time or I'm feeling low, one solution to your nuisance is the podcast show. Jake and Amir, Ace and Jocelyn, or maybe the pinch. Got some batteries in my Game Boy. This weight is like an itch. Monday or Thursday, to that hit come till it's dry. My friends call me every time, but I won't lie. Sorry guys, I can't come out tonight. Did you know a guy went to a Starbucks and he freaking died? I think of all the hours I spent watching these dudes. Now in audio form, they are taking over the tubes. Amir, make sure these audio levels are good while Jake's just sitting there. He's got wood. Lonely and horny is their new form of genius. Okay, it's not free, sorry for the inconvenience. They dominate podcasting with their killer intro theme songs. Don't forget to write to us at ifiwereyou@gmail.com. Woo! Alright. If I Were You show. Check it.
That was a HeadGum podcast.